What's up? It's your host Christina, and you're sparking up with Vans and Weed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that post notification button, man. Today we got Tana Basq outside with us. How you doing?
Shit, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good, blessed. Outside, it's a beautiful day outside.
It for surely is. I love this weather. It's nice.
Man, it's gloomy,
It's nice.
not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. On this platform, we'd like to get started from the beginning. Where you grew up at, your childhood. Well, let's start there. Like, where you grew up at.
Where I grew up, I grew up in Vallejo, California.
True.
East Vallejo. I'm originally I was born in Jacksonville, Florida, but we moved from Jacksonville back to the V where my dad from. But it was pretty cool growing up in Vallejo. I know a lot of people. I feel like it's kind of like the central of the Bay Area. So everybody from everywhere come there for something. Somebody got an auntie, uncle, cousin, whatever in Vallejo. So I done met a lot of people from just growing up in Vallejo. But that's where it all started for real.
Hell yeah. So when exactly did you start like with you creating, not creating, but just like doing photography?
Photography started. It started 2020. Well, like 2019, I went to Jesse Bethel in high school. So that year, my senior year, we had got like a radio station up there, and then all my partners was like signing up for it when they do like the club sign up thing. Yeah, I'm like, I ain't never been no club.
Right. Me
neither.
Shit.
I don't do those, so it was weird. Like all my partners like, bro, just sign up. I'm like, nigga, what am I doing a radio station, bro? Y'all tripping. But I ended up signing up on like the last day, and then later down the line, a couple months down the line, I ended up becoming the president of the radio station. I was a first color commentator at Jesse Bethel for football and volleyball, and then I went from commentating to doing interviews after the football games, and then from interviews to taking pictures at the games, and then I became the president. So all through that, I never knew how to like really use a camera before I even did that. Yeah. So just being a part of that radio station, that was the first time me ever touching the camera and really working with one. Right. And then COVID hit, and I just had a camera like just sitting at the house, just from having it from being at the school. And I was just like, I was looking at it one day, I'm like, bro, I really just got a camera sitting here. I need to pick this up.
Right, man.
Do something with it. And I'm like, then I thought about it, I'm like, ain't nobody taking no pictures.
Right.
But then one day I was just like, you know what, somebody hit me up that I went to school with, somebody in my class. They was like, hey, my cousin, she need a photo shoot done for her cover art for her new single. And I'm like, she like, do you still got that camera? I'm like, yeah, I still got a camera, but I don't be shooting nothing.
Right.
I don't be shooting nothing. She like, she gonna pay you, just go do it. I promise you it's gonna be worth it. So I ended up going to do it. I wasn't expecting to get paid, even though she said. But I ended up getting my first paid shoot that day. And then after that, I was just like, yeah.
It's over now. Yeah, let me get this shit pushing.
Yeah, for sure. Nah. So after that, I just took it serious and started grinding.
Right, for sure. Now, that's hella funny. You was hating on the club. You ended up being the president.
Oh, God.
Nah, it be like that, bro. Nah, that's a fact, though. Because them clubs, I ain't gonna lie, in school, I wasn't trying to be in them motherfuckers either. But I ended up taking, like, photography and shit. But it's funny because I didn't even like it at first.
Yeah, I ain't never think of, like, taking photography in high school. They tried to give me photography, and I was like, nah, just give me like give me art.
Yeah,
I took art. Yeah,
yeah.
So it was cool. Honestly, thinking back on it, I should have took photography, but I think it all happened the way it's supposed to.
Oh yeah, for sure. It always be like that, man. You feel me? On God.
For sure.
So you started off, you did your first pay shoot, shit like that. Start getting the motions and stuff like that. How did you really like discover your style? You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, like, I feel like it take time too when it comes to like really figuring out what you want to do with it. Because anybody can pick up a camera, but can you take an actual good photo? Can you, be a creative director? Can you know what I'm saying? Like really put the shit into motion. So, yeah. How'd you come up with your style?
Honestly, I feel like me personally, I'm still finding my style. But just from shooting, like, I was just going around the city taking photos with my partners. And then over time, like after a year or so, I started realizing like I'm just doing like I'm doing the same thing over and over. And I'm like, it's not really what I want to do. So I just started like, it was a wave at the time on Instagram of people just doing like conceptual shoots and like Y2K theme type of stuff. So I just took a deep dive into Pinterest and like started learning how to really use my camera, the settings and all that, stylistically, not just following like basic rules.
Right.
And then I just started experimenting with different stuff. And then I just found like, if I shoot it this way, I'm gonna get the colors that I want. Or if I shoot it this way, I'm gonna get the shadows looking the way that I want. So I just dial into those specific settings and it just ends up how it ends up.
Right.
But over time I started to realize people are like, oh, you got like, your photos are super contrasty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never really peeped it until I really started looking at them like, man, they is right. I do got like, the shadows is always really, really dark, or like it's a lot of contrast in the photos. So me, honestly, I still feel like every time I go and shoot something, it take a minute for me to be like, yeah, I rock with it.
Right.
But I mean, over time it just developed. Like I know what I like in a photo, so I try to get to those spots, but I feel like I'm still finding my style a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Did you ever watch any YouTubers, like just to get any inspiration? Like,
Yeah,
can you name a few?
I definitely. So I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch, for the most part, I'm usually watching somebody called Valandis. You know who Valandis is?
What?
Yeah, that's my favorite
photographer. That's how I learned how to do half the shit I know.
Exactly. Yeah. So for the most part, I be watching Valandis. There's a dude, Mike Gray. I watch him here and there. Other than that, it's not really that many people, honestly. Yeah, I just be watching like camera reviews and shit. But
yeah, for sure.
It's not like specific people, but somebody I watch consistently for sure, Valandis.
Yeah, that man is the GOAT when it comes to that shit. Like, bruh, like, and I love how he really give a hella game, bruh.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? The work, like the growth that I seen from like just watching him in the beginning to seeing now, I'm like, man, that man got incredible. Like the short films,
for sure.
Chef's Kiss, beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I feel like what I do, it's like everybody try to keep secrets.
Yeah.
Like they don't want to put people on.
No,
they don't
can we talk about that, bro?
Yeah, like it's weird. I feel like it's like crabs in a bucket.
Yeah.
I feel like but me, like, people know, like, if you photographer and you follow me or you mess with my work and you hit me up, you tap in, you like, bro, how did you do this? I'm gonna put you on game, because it's like, why not?
Right.
You feel me? Like, it's room for everybody, because you gonna end up, I can teach you this one thing, but you're going to end up finding out what you really like. Exactly. And then you're going to run with that regardless.
Right.
So it don't matter if I put you on the software that I use or the camera I use or whatever. At the end of the day, we're going to be making different stuff.
Exactly.
So when it comes to people just like hating, not trying to put people on, I'll be like, bro, you weirdo.
Man, I'm like, man, what camera you use? They leave you on red. Like,
God.
Bro, like, I just want to know the camera. Like,
for real, bro.
You act like I'm going to make the same photos as you with
for
the same
real.
camera,
It's
bro.
not like I'm finna come try to steal your whole flow. People do that,
They
though.
do that.
People do that, but it's not like, I'm not worried about it. It's
Right.
like, if you ask me what camera, I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, God, bro.
It's like, I'm not tripping off that.
Yeah, nah.
But I for surely feel like what I do is crabs in a bucket. I never want to be that person where it's like, I tapped in with bro and he was being weird.
Yeah, right.
It's like, it's no point in doing that.
It is no point, man. I'm so glad you said that,
For
because
real,
people really will do that to you.
Oh,
You feel me?
God,
Little weird
yeah.
ass shit.
I'm like, dog, all right.
Man, bruh, man. So, building clientele and just getting your work out there. Like, I had, just DMing you and trying to get you on the show. I told you, like, man, I feel like you should have more followers. Like, what the fuck? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
You was just saying that.
Yeah,
on the
like,
way here.
the work is there. You feel me?
Yeah.
The style is there. The quality is there. Cause, man, we ain't got to talk about, I ain't gonna talk about nobody else, but it'd be like other photographers. I'm like, man, like, you think this actual good photo? Like, man, like, you been working like 10 years and you still ain't
Still
in the same spot. You feel what I'm saying? So, talk about just getting clientele and just, promoting yourself.
Honestly, when I started, I never really thought about doing it, even though like that first shoot I got paid and I was like, my eyes was green.
Right, yeah.
I never really thought about like pushing myself extra hard to be the one that's doing all these client jobs. Because if I'm being real with you, I hate client work. Like 100%. I hate doing client work.
They got so many fucking opinions, bro. Oh my God.
And it's like, bro, especially when I book a client and then they try to have me do somebody else's style of work, and I'm like, you booked me for a reason.
Exactly.
But when it came to like promoting myself and like finding clientele, it really took everybody else around me to really push me to do it. But for the most part, I just did my thing, whatever I was doing, and the people that liked it, they liked it, and they tapped in, and they asked me to do stuff. If I felt like it wasn't within my means, I'll tell them.
Yeah.
And then I try to shoot them somebody that is within like what they want to do. But yeah, for the most part, like my clientele is all people that just they like my work. I never really pushed or promoted like I'm shooting, I'm doing deals for this, whatever.
Right.
I just be like, hey, I'll take clients. Like my bookings are open this month.
Right.
Like I'll open my bookings 1 month and then I won't shoot no client work for 3 months.
Right.
But,
for sure.
But yeah, for the most part, it's just people that really honestly like my work, and they find my page through somebody else, or they find my page through a concept shoot that I did, and then they just later down the line want to book me for something.
Right. My bad, go
but
ahead.
my promo for me is just my work.
Yeah.
Like I try to. It's like my number one thing right now is like if I shoot with a model, or I shoot with a makeup artist, or I shoot with a hairstylist, I'm using the collab feature on Instagram.
Right.
100%.
I love that feature.
That's where I get most of my clients from now. It's like I don't really have to promote myself. You're
Right.
gonna see that I worked with Yo Mutual.
Right.
And then if you like it, you like it. If not, you don't. It's not for you. But I'm using the collab feature as much as I can, because that's
for sure.
really the easiest way for me to reach new audiences and get new people that
Hell
want to,
yeah.
Potentially book me for something.
Right.
But other than that, I'm not really doing much promo.
Right.
So like the work brings the
for
people
itself
in.
type
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. I feel like you should though. Like I ain't gonna lie, like DM a few artists and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know, shit.
There was a period in time where I was doing that, and that's eventually how I ended up getting locked in LA enough for me to feel comfortable to move there. But right now, I feel like I don't want to reach out to nobody that I don't feel 100% it's gonna be a good shoot, or I'm gonna 100% be locked in with them, or feel like I'm comfortable enough to be around them. Because honestly, I'm kind of introverted, and that's like another reason why I don't like client work, is like sometimes the vibes just be off, and then they just throw off the work completely.
Right, for sure.
So the reaching out thing has never really been my thing, but I always try to listen to the people around me. People's like, you got to reach out to people. I started reaching out to a lot of people. I made some connections, but I don't really like, if they find me, they find me.
Right,
you know?
right.
Nah, I don't try to push it too much.
Yeah, for sure. Either way, man, the work is good, man. It speaks for itself, like
Absolutely.
you said. Yeah, that's a fact. So with the move to LA, what made you, make that decision? Because you could have went to Atlanta, you could have went to New York, but what about LA? You was like, okay, this is where I'm gonna go.
Honestly, I feel like when I was in high school, everybody and their mama's like, I want to go LA, or like, you feel me?
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I never been to do like, I always wanted to get away from home. I don't like it out here, if I'm being honest. But I never really thought I would end up in LA. I had never been to LA in my life before 2021.
No Disneyland, nothing?
Nothing.
What, you still ain't been to Disneyland?
Never.
What?
Never went.
Best
Ever
place
in my
on
life.
earth. What?
Yeah. I need to go for
Yeah,
sure.
me too.
I need to go for
You
sure.
went 10, 20 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
But I ain't never been there. So what happened was I got really locked in with somebody out here, a model that I used to work with a lot. And she's still one of my good friends, but she tapped in with some models for a shoot that I wanted to do out here, and one of the models flew from LA up here to come work with me. And then after the shoot, we was chopping it up. She's like, you got to come down. We could work in LA. It's a whole bunch of different types of studios. And that really put the battery in my back to be like, maybe I should go down there and see what's up with it. But eventually I ended up going down like August 2021, and I did like 6 shoots in one day.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, I did 6 shoots in one day, and it was all through this one person. They just got me locked in with a bunch of people, and then I spent the rest of the weekend there. I didn't post none of the work while I was in LA. I kept it. I vaulted it.
Right.
I came home, and I was chilling, and I'm like, I'm sitting on hella photos.
Right.
It got slow for a minute, so I started dropping all the stuff from LA and putting the geotag in it. And then just from the one person that had already put me on to come down there, plus me geotagging it, so many people from LA was tapping in.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I believe.
Like, my mom took me down there, and we had a good time out there. We just, it was my first time out there. We just went to like a bunch of murals. We went to all the food spots, whatever. And then we came home, and I don't really think too much of it. until I start dropping the photos and I start seeing the people. I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Hella people. When you back in LA? When you back in LA? When you back in LA?
Right.
I'm like, oh
I had to
shit.
go tomorrow, man.
Man, I'm like, so I started telling my parents, I'm like, yeah, I'm finna get up out of here.
Yeah.
I went back to my job. I was working at FedEx. I was working 11 to 11 every day. I just stacked my paper for like 5-6 months. And then, well, actually, I stacked my paper for 5-6 months, but I went in August. In September, my homie hit me up, and he was like, hey, bro, I'm in LA. I live in LA, and I'm working this solar job, bro, and we got like open rooms in the house.
Right.
And he like, all you got to do is hit your marks weekly, and you ain't got to pay no rent.
Right.
And I'm like, what?
That's what's up.
I told my
You
pops,
came up.
he was like, that shit sound weird.
Too good to be true.
I was like, not gonna lie, that shit do sound weird. But then I hopped on a call with him. I hopped on a call with the person I was running the house and shit. And he was like, bro, come down, come check it out. So I went down there, I checked it out. I came home and I was like, that shit legit.
Right.
So my pops was like, if you think it's good, bro, do it.
Right.
Stacked my paper, took my ass down there. I moved down there. I was out there maybe 2-3 months. I didn't do not a single photo shoot when I was out there. I was just working the solar job. But I made so much money when I came back home. They fucked up one of my checks, and I was like, I'm not going back to it.
Right.
I'm not going back there. So I ended up back at FedEx. But I was like, I had so much money saved. I always been cool with saving my bread. So when I came back home, I didn't have no bills or nothing. So I just started shooting mad shit. And this is the time when I was doing like Y2K edits, all the Photoshop stuff, and people was really eating it up.
Yeah, shit saucy.
So I was like stacking my paper from that too. And I was just thinking about it. I'm like, I'm finna move there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just go. And then my parents was like, I don't know if you should really. My pop's always been like, if you want to do it, whatever. My mom's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm
not
like,
my baby. You
nah,
I don't know.
I'm about to do it. So 3 months I was just grinding, looking for a spot. Ended up finding the person that flew out to work with me. First time I ever worked for anyone from LA. They had an open room. They let me rent it.
Yeah.
And then it was up from there.
That's what's up.
It was up from there. I moved down, and I got to work.
Yeah, for sure, man. How you like it so far?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I honestly don't want to come back.
Right. I wouldn't either.
Like
shit out here, like you said.
Yeah,
man.
like when I realized I was gonna have to stay here for as long as I did, I was so mad.
Right.
I was so mad that I had to stay here, but I think that I needed to be here right now.
Right.
I needed to be here, but it's amazing out there. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm super ready to go back.
Man, I bet, man. Like you said, so many different studios. They have so much opportunity out there.
So much.
And I wish the Bay had that much opportunity. It's like people get the money and then leave the Bay, but don't, come back and build something. You know what I'm saying? That's
Exactly.
why I always speak on LaRussell, how he's trying to bring something to the Bay and like
Yes.
create something out here. Because if we had more stuff, people would actually stay. They wouldn't be looking for everywhere else to go. Let me go to Atlanta, let me go here. But if we gonna keep not having nothing, people gonna keep leaving.
Yep. Also, I feel like it's kind of weird. Once you get to a certain point in what you do, a lot of people, instead of really pushing you and supporting you, a lot of people start to hate. Even your closest people.
Yes.
It's not necessarily hate, but I feel like people see you doing good, and they don't have the same for themselves, and it makes it feel like it's weird. They don't really want to be around.
Yes, that's a fact.
And I don't see why people do that. But that was like the number one thing. Like when I come back here, I don't even be telling nobody but my closest people that I'm at home.
Right.
Cause it's like people act weird.
Yeah, they do act weird.
They act weird. So like I get it. Like when you ready to go and you don't come back and do nothing, I understand that part. But me personally, I'm coming back and telling my people, hey bro, I'm trying to like, come on, we gonna get it. Like we gonna turn it up out here and out there.
Right.
But nah, I don't want to come back though.
Yeah,
man,
I'm on the same way as you. I feel like this platform is getting to a certain point where I feel like I talk to everybody in the Bay now. It's like, damn, like I want to go to LA and talk to them people. I want to go to Atlanta and talk to them people.
You gotta expand for sure.
Man, 'cause
always.
if you don't expand, I feel like you get stuck, and then you're just known as the Bay Area type. You get that name.
Exactly.
And I don't want to just be the Evangelist, a Bay Area platform. No, because I don't talk to everybody.
I want to be worldwide.
Exactly.
Always.
Y'all not the only niggas in the world.
Yeah.
You know
It's like that's another thing is I feel like people get comfortable.
Yes.
Like I got people out here that do certain things. I just feel like they're too comfortable. Like I'd be like, bro, make that move. If you want to go to Atlanta, you want to go to New York, you want to go to LA, wherever you want to go, bro, the biggest thing, the worst thing that can happen is you fall on your face and you end up back here.
Right.
But get up and chase that dream, because sitting here ain't gonna do nothing but get you stuck.
Thanks.
You getting comfortable with the money you making, or you getting comfortable with the people that you around and the things you doing. Comfortability will kill your dreams 100%.
Fact.
So you gotta chase them, and you just gotta take the opportunity when you got it.
Right.
But people get comfortable at home.
Yeah,
That's
they
why I
do.
got out of here.
Right. You motivated me right now to be like, okay, like, because I feel like I was getting a little comfortable. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, like, okay, maybe I can do it. You know?
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
nah, for sure. Because during that time, like the couple months right before I left, the money I was making was ridiculous. I was charging crazy, and me not liking client work, it was weird because I'm like, yeah, I'm making good money, but I don't really like that I'm doing this.
Right.
But I was getting too comfortable, and it's like I had to remember what I was doing it for, because I was just sitting back, splurging, chilling. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, bro, it's an end goal for this. So I had to get my mind right, get out of that comfort, and get ready to go, because it was going. If I didn't take that step, I would have been trapped here.
Oh yeah.
I probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
Right. Nah, definitely. Y'all definitely listen to this man, because like you will get stuck, man. Like damn, like. Anyway, are you doing photography full time?
Nah, I like working. So I like
working?
yeah, I
Hell
like
no.
well, nah, it really depends on what I'm doing. It depends on what I'm doing. But me, I'd rather work a job and invest the money that I make from that job into the things that I really want to do, like my passion projects, than to do photography full time and have to deal with clients.
Right.
Because I really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't like clients.
Like we talked about,
but if I was doing like brand work, which I'm trying to get more into, I would take photography full time 100%.
Right.
Or if I was getting paid to shoot my concepts, my ideas, 100%. But right now, I feel like I'm in that range where it's like I'm kind of just working for people.
Right.
And I'd rather work for myself.
Facts.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So if I got to work a little job, I'm going to pick a job that I'm cool with working.
Right.
And I'm going to spend that money on doing the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
So right now, technically right now, yeah, I'm doing photography full time. But when I'm in LA, I work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
For sure.
But I enjoy it. It's good.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah.
Shit, that man said I like working.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up. My mom, she didn't work like a job, but she always made it happen.
Right.
And my pops, I lived with my pops most of my life, and all he did was work. All he did was work. He went to school and worked. That's all he did.
Right.
So for me, it's kind of regular.
Right. It's in me.
Yeah,
Shit, yeah.
So I mean, I just find, I do something that I enjoy, and then that's all to it. But I like working.
Yeah. For
I wake up and do my 9 to 5.
Hey, man. Shit. At least you get money from somewhere.
For sure.
You know it's gonna come.
Yeah.
You know folks should, I'm gonna give me a check.
Oh
either
God.
Way.
Oh God.
Oh God. Yeah. So, we see you doing YouTube and stuff like that. You shooting behind the scenes of what you're doing, especially with the short films and stuff like that. How do you go about trying to like grow your presence on YouTube?
Honestly, like the little bit of a little small platform I got right now on YouTube came from me doing YouTube videos in high school. I was doing like public interviews and stuff.
Yeah, like you were saying. With
I took all them videos down though, but right now I'm really in a place where I'm trying to move towards more doing videography, cinematography stuff, doing more video work. Yeah. So it really started with me doing behind the scenes on my channel, but I've always been like, I do a project and I never push it. Right. Which is bad.
That is bad. Do better.
Which is bad. But I've always been that person. Like, I like the process of making stuff. And then just feeling that release of putting it out. Right. And I never been good at promoting stuff. So like, I got a book out right now. Yeah, I did a photo book. Yeah. I ain't did no promo since it dropped.
Like, what the fuck?
But like with my YouTube, it's the same thing. Like, I do behind the scenes videos, and for the people that want to see it, then they'll find it when it's out. But I mean, other than that, I've never been really good at pushing stuff.
I want to get into the book you have, your photo book, man. Talking about the process of creating it, the photos that you put inside, what it means to you.
Oof.
Open that bitch up.
It means a lot. It means a lot. This book right here.
Yeah.
This book, this was like 4 months of trial, and I was going through it. I'm not gonna lie. It was a really like dark dark place when I was in a dark place when I started this project. That's why I called it I Won't Cry Anymore, because I was going through it up and down. I never been really good with like expressing myself, communicating, or like processing like losses or like pain, trauma. So this is what that book is. It's the process of me learning how to get out of that shell and learning how to speak what I feel.
Right.
So I was in a really dark place, and I just wanted to. I never been like the type, like I see photographers that like put their real. You can feel the emotion that they put into their work.
Yeah.
And people were asking me, like I sat down, and real thing that sparked the idea for this book was I had this conversation with this girl that I know down in LA, and she was asking me like, how do you like you express yourself through your photo work? And I'm like, she's like, how do you go about that? And I'm like, I don't really like the stuff that you see me putting out. It's nothing. It's not connected to me personally.
Right.
But then that made me sit back and think, like, if I'm not putting myself into the work, what am I doing? So for a month, I was literally I didn't shoot nothing.
Right.
I just sat at home and thought about that. I'm like, if I'm not putting myself into the stuff that I'm doing, I'm selling myself short.
Right. So
it just made me go into thinking about a lot of stuff, and I just started unpacking those feelings, and I just broke it all down, and I started breaking it down into ideas. There's concepts in this book that are motivated by things that I felt, certain situations in my life. There's quotes in this book from certain situations in my life, and that conversation just sparked that idea in me. And then for 4 months, I hit the pavement and it was running. I just ran with it. But it took a long time to put it together.
Yeah, just I got a chance to look in the book, y'all. That shit saucy as fuck. Like I said, the black and white work is amazing. I do feel the emotion too in the photos, man. Like you did your shit with that one.
I appreciate it.
Purchase that thing, man. Promote that shit.
Yeah, I gotta do some promo for sure.
Yeah, do some promo, man. Yeah. Do you want to continue doing books?
Actually, yeah. I feel like my like when I sat down and I really thought about what I really want to do with photography, I always wanted to be like how rappers drop albums. Right. You feel me? Like Kendrick would disappear for 5 years and he come back and drop the greatest album you ever heard. You feel me? Yeah. So it's like when I do collections of work, I want it to be just like that. I want to drop a book, do promo for a year or two, whatever, and then just live off that high, and then back in the lab cooking up again. Yeah. But yeah, I already got some ideas. Yeah. But I'm definitely gonna be putting out more books, 100%.
No, for sure, man. I definitely want to get together with you and just pick your brain and just like of course off camera and just like learn some stuff, because like I said, I'm still trying to learn shit myself. Hell yeah. And like photography ain't easy if you really want to get into the actual work, because I be seeing some dope ass work. I'm like, how the hell did they do that shit?
I still be seeing shit. I be like, I know how to work the camera, and I don't know how you did that shit.
Come on, man. Let's talk about it.
It's real.
How did you go about like picking the perfect camera for you? Everybody, some people, like we watch Valandis be like, fuck Nikon. Shit, but I got a whole Nikon right here. Oh God. So how do you go about just picking your
honestly, it's really is it the tool? Does it have the things that I need? Does it have the tools I need to get what I want? Right. But honestly, I've been shooting with the same exact camera since I started. I just been like,
and if it worked, why don't you give me a new camera?
You feel me?
New lens or something, maybe.
Yeah. But I mean, I've been shooting with the same exact thing. But when it comes to cameras, like video, I went through 2 cameras. But photo, there's a camera that I want to get. It's just like, do I need to buy it in order to do the things I want to do? Right. If it's not an absolute yes, I'm not going to really, Yeah. But I feel like the camera that I have, even though it's like lower, like beginner level type of vibe, I feel like it's still good enough for me to do the things that I want to do. Yeah. And once I exceed what the camera can do, then I'll move on. But I'm open to whatever. Like Valandis be saying fuck Nikon, I'd be like, boy, I'm finna buy me an F3 because I want that motherfucker. What you talking about, bro? Yeah. But I love cameras, so I work with anything. You give me whatever and I'll figure out how to make it work for me. Right. But right now I'm comfortable with the I don't want to say comfortable, but I'm good with what I got.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. You know what? A lot of people get into photography and think that they need the most expensive camera and the most expensive lens, but I feel like it's not really that makes you good. It's about, you know, what you can do with what you have.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all about the vision.
Yeah.
You know, you can have all the gear in the world, but if you don't got the vision,
it's
never gonna work.
That's a fact, man. I want people to really realize that and actually watch this interview to really be like, okay, like, look, like, you don't need the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 camera. You get a $500 camera, you can make dope ass work, man. It just depends on if you dope or not. For sure.
There's people out here shooting with shit that I never shoot with. I'm like, nigga, you really making
it look good though.
But you good at what the fuck you doing though? But I'm like, it's not for me. But you doing your thing for sure.
No, for sure. How do you feel about the film wave that's been going on for a few years?
Like film photos?
Yeah, film photos.
I like seeing it.
Yeah.
If I'm being real, I like seeing it. I don't like the people that make it their personality though.
I know exactly what you're talking
Especially in LA, I be out. I don't really club and party too much, but when I do, it's always just that one girl that's in everybody's face with the camera, like, "Oh my God, let me take your film photo."
Right.
And I'm like, "No, the fuck are you doing?"
Right.
But I like it. I'm really into like medium format cameras.
Yeah.
So when that shit pop up on my timeline, I'm like, yeah, I fuck with it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I like it. I'm definitely, that's my next move for sure. I'm probably gonna invest in doing film. But for me as a photographer, film, I think it'll help me learn a lot about myself. Just slowing down, it's a whole different process.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So slowing down, learning how to really pay attention to what I'm shooting, not just flying off the handle and holding the button down and just doing whatever.
Right. Especially because the film costs so damn much. Like,
exactly. Prices is crazy.
Man.
And then developing that shit costs money too.
Man,
crazy.
Bruh.
It's crazy.
It's a process to learn on your own. I
Yeah,
want to learn on my own. I just want
Nah,
to
for
give it to
real.
their ass.
I looked at it. I looked it up on YouTube how I could develop and scale my shit by myself, and I was like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
I would
That's
just
what I
pay
said.
these niggas, bro.
Oh God.
But nah, I love filming. I'm happy to see people out here shooting film because it's like, I feel like it's more of an intimate process. You really got to be dedicated to it to really do it.
Right.
You feel me?
For sure.
So most of the people that shooting film, they're like, they really love taking photos.
Exactly. And I love the feel of it too. How, you know, you got that old school look, you know, that grainy look. That's.
I love grain. I put grain in everything I do. Video,
be
photo.
liking grain. I'm like, man, bro.
That used to make me mad too, because I used to send out photos to clients and they'd be like, "Why do you have grain on the photos?" And I'm like, "Cause I like it.
Right.
That's what I like to do."
Exactly.
It's on everything.
Like, shit,
it's on everything that I do on my page. So I don't know how you thought your photos weren't gonna come with it.
Right. Come on now.
But nah, I love grain. I love the texture. That's like, them is the biggest things for me. Color and texture.
Yeah.
Is the biggest things for me. So
for sure.
everything I do got grain on it. So that's why I'm like looking into hopping over to film, because it ain't an extra step. It's just already there.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's
Man, don't
already
hate
there.
on grain, man. Everybody got their own opinion on. You know, it's so funny. Like, everybody has such an opinion on photography. You have to be by the book. You have to be doing this. I'm like, why can't you just make it on your own? Like, you be making your own. Like, just because I like a photo and maybe you don't like it, don't mean it's a bad photo. You just don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
I have this conversation with people all the time.
Oh yeah, so everybody got their own opinions on that shit. But man, I feel like do what's best for you. If you like it, then put it out there. That's what I would say. It ain't gotta be
100%.
perfect. People want to always be so perfect with everything.
Everything
Nothing will
is
ever be perfect.
Everything is clinical.
Yeah.
With the weirdos in what I do, like with photo, it's always like people. I talk to people all the time, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I got the brand new lens, super sharp this,
Right.
clean this," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool, but that's not really like, I don't really care.
Right.
Like, that's cool for you.
Yeah, it's cool for you, but I'm on a
different
way.
It's different stuff going on this way. You feel me? But
definitely.
yeah, nah, for sure.
Definitely, for sure. I want to talk about your name. You got that from Basq, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I seen one of your photos with the Photoshop. It looked raw as fuck. Her name is Little. The model was Little Brown Hippie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shit was saucy,
yeah.
man. I love how you did that.
I appreciate it. Yeah, that was super Basquiat inspired. Yeah,
super Basquiat.
Absolutely.
Sure.
But the name, I got that name from my stepmom. When my dad had first got with my stepmom, I used to paint. Before I ever did anything, I used to paint, I used to draw. So she used to call me Baby Basquiat. And then one day we was sitting in the house, we was watching the Joel Santana music video. Yeah. And my dad used to cut my hair hella low. You know how
one all around?
Yes. and we sitting there watching the music video, and then my stepmom look at me, and she look at my dad. She like, he looked just like this nigga, and I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
But she started calling me Santana after that. So when I really start like doing like stylistic stuff, because my name on Instagram used to be Sharpshooter Vision. And then I changed it to Tana Basq. But once I started doing more creative stuff, I was like, I can't rock with this weird ass name. I gotta change my name. And then it just instantly popped in my head. I'm like, Santana, Basq. I just took the four, just put them together.
Yeah, I definitely like that name way better than that Sharpshooter.
Hell yeah.
It's into a part.
I was like, what the fuck, Sharpshooter? Nah, I threw that shit out. I'm like, that shit goofy.
For sure. Nah, look, I really do like your work, man. Like,
I appreciate it.
Just, the different models you work with, just, like I said, making their skin look super clear, like using how'd you learn how to do that with like the Photoshop and shit like that? I know you use Photoshop to make that shit clear.
Yeah.
No raw photo and
nah,
that shit look like that.
Nah. It's really about lighting help a little bit. But I learned the smallest little bit of like retouching is like the hardest thing. I feel like it's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
And I learned a little bit about it on YouTube, but I'm not, if I'm being 100 with you, I'm not really that good.
Right.
I'm doing like basic little adjustments. I'm taking out little blemishes and little pimples and stuff. But one of the partners, his name is Nas. My first time ever meeting him, he came and stayed at the house in LA because my roommate stayed. They was cool with him. They let him stay for the weekend. And then we both had shoots same day, different places. I went and did my shoot. He went and did his shoot. And then we both came back to the crib, and I'm like, fuck, I got to edit.
Right.
And then he pulled up, and he like, fuck, I got to edit.
Right.
So he put me on game. He showed me a bunch of fucking tools and Photoshop and what to use and how to use it. And then ever since then, I just been, I've been running with what he taught me, and that shit, it's just been working.
Yeah.
So shout out Nas.
Shout out
he
him,
put me
man.
on. He put me on.
For real.
He put me on. Because at first I'm like, I'm taking out little blemishes, but you get the shadows from the eyelashes, from the light hitting it weird. I'm like, I don't know how to get this out. He like, I got you, bro. He took it out so quick. I'm like, oh, shit.
This shit's like easy like that.
Yeah, for real. I was like, damn. But yeah, he put me on game. It's just some clicks, a couple little clicks, and you get right for sure.
Nah, that's what's up, man. Like I said, shout out him for sure. Hey, man, what's next for you? What can we expect next from Tana Basq, man?
Oh, next I need to do some damn promo on this book. I'm lacking, but when I go back home, I'm gonna try to hit the ground running for sure. I got a couple concepts saved, but the biggest thing is I'm gonna try to tackle the video world and do a short film.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I might as well.
That shit.
For sure. When I get back home, that's the first thing that I'm really gonna put in motion. I'm trying to get a short film done this year before the year's up. So that's like the biggest project that I'm working on.
I can't wait to see it, man. For sure.
Thank you.
Hey, put me in that motherfucker.
Oh God.
I act a little bit
Pop
too.
out. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Nah, man, but I'm very excited to see what you create next, man. Like I said, I really love the work. Keep doing what you're doing. Promote yourself, please, for me.
I will. I'm gonna get to it.
So people could, more people could know who you are, man. You need, like I said, you need 10K followers with that work.
Absolutely.
Put yourself out there, man. Use them little ad tools, whatever you need to do.
For real.
Do that shit, man. Thank you for coming on,
no problem.
Sitting down with us, man. Taking time out your day just to have a conversation.
I thank y'all for having me, man.
No, for sure.
So this is my first interview ever. So,
for real?
Yeah,
shout out y'all. We got them first, man.
Yeah.
You feel me?
We
when
here.
Famous come back and
Oh God, I'm coming right back.
Oh,
I'm coming right back. We gonna do it again.
No, for
next
what?
time I blow up,
Man.
next time I go up, I'm back here.
Man, that nigga got he working with hella little people,
Hell
Vogue
yeah.
magazine and shit.
We turning up for
sure. For sure, man. This has been another segment of Sparking Up with Vans and Weed, man. Once again, we have Tana Basq outside with us. Make sure y'all follow him on all platforms, man. Whatever. TikTok, you on TikTok too, right?
Hell yeah, same thing. TikTok, Twitter, everything.
Follow all that shit, man. We out.